All right, with your indulgence, we're going to start the Finance Committee a few minutes early. Hope that doesn't create any problems for anybody. But I will call the Finance Committee meeting to order Wednesday, August 13th, at approximately 8:20. First item on the agenda is the receipt of reports. I'll move for acceptance of the accounts paid report for the period ending June 30th, 2025. Any questions or comments? Janice. Oh, now I see Janice. Good evening, Janice. How are you? Janice and her team continue to do an excellent job in finance and frankly in a multitude of areas. Not hearing any questions. All those in favor of accepting the accounts paid report, say aye.
Aye.
Executive summary financial report for the period ending June 30th, 2025. Any questions or comments? Janice, you sent out a lot of additional information. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that report or highlight?
No, everything was highlighted in the report. The summary was there on the first page. If anybody wants to take a look at it. I'd like to know if at some point we should be putting the reports on the website at all. That's something we can discuss at some point. But right now we're working on budget, busy budget season. So.
Right. I did see that question. We're going to hold that off till next month when we more likely have a full complement of our commissioners, because that's worthy of a little extra time of discussion. There's always we're certainly interested in transparency, but exactly what goes out and how it goes out should be approved by the commissioners. And good luck with the budget. We have high hopes for you.
And high expectations.
High expectations. There you go.
Can't wait for you to find more money.
Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor of accepting the executive summary financial report, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Let's see. Is our finance officer, Mr. Lieberson, is here.
You guys,
as usual, we appreciate your sending your report out ahead of time, and it's always informative, especially as we pass the halfway mark in the year and we start looking to see whether we're going to be on target with our revenues. Did you have any comments for that report?
can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I can't get my camera up for some reason. No, if you have any questions, I just wanted to say that we sent about, as my report said, first year I was able to do this, 335 reminder letters to those people who received the tax returns in February, but we haven't heard from them yet. And I think it went out about 10 days ago. I've gotten about 75 responses so far, all positive responses, either people sending the returns in or asking questions. A few people crossed in the mail. We had gotten their payment and whatever, but there was a line in their letter. If you did file, let me know. But generally speaking, we got around 75 to 80 responses to date. So I think it was a good thing on that. And other than that, things are moving along. And things with CBiz, with our auditor, he's been very successful. And that's it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm here.
Mr. President, Commissioner Arman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Lieberson, just a quick question, just to sort of give some perspective. Both our LST and more importantly, our EIT are sort of at a 60% mark at this point. Is that where we expect to be? Is that ahead of the curve, below the curve? Can you give us some perspective on that? It seemed low to me, but I wasn't sure if that's just where we should be at this time of year.
I think it's about where we should be. If you take the length of the year, we're about 60% through the year at this point. Keep in mind that it flips into January a bit with the fourth quarter. I'd have to look
Got
at where we were last year at this time to give you a perspective. Now, keep in mind that those numbers are generated from Berkheimer. Uh, we have, the tax office has no direct control, unlike the 511 taxes on collection of these. We
Right.
just basically I get the deposits from Berkheimer and then transfer it directly over to you guys. But I think, I think we're pretty much online. I won't put up the red flag probably till November or so if I see any issues. Let me put it that way. But I think we're fine at this point.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Thank you.
So I'm not committing, don't forget, but I think
I
we're in good
understand.
shape.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mark, I just had one, not so much a question, but can you remind us, or perhaps just for the record for the public to hear, how you go about picking up new businesses that open in the township, whether it's one business closes and another one opens, or actually a new business that moves into the area. How you go about tracking that to make sure that we're collecting the BPT or other business taxes.
And that's a tough nut to crack because it's not done with any scientific method. A lot of it's done through permits. That we are working with the permit office and zoning. A lot of it, I'll be honest, is done through advertising. We see someone advertising something. A lot of it's done just on site. Primarily, I'll drive by and say, "Oh, that somebody just opened up," and I'll check to see if they're registered. And if not, I'll be sending out a letter, to them requesting that. Uh, I wish somehow there's another way of exploring this. I'm going to be attending the 511 tax conference in October. I'm going to consult with some of the other districts to see if they have any more, shall I say, proactive scientific method of of checking these out. We do need then the cooperation of realtors and whatnot. The big crack is people who are renting. Businesses is pretty easy to find, but people are renting their condos and whatnot, and are buying condos for investment. Um, a lot of times we'll find by when we do the billing of school bills or real estate tax bills in February, when the bill goes to an address other than the property, then right away we check it out to see, why is the bill not going to the property? And a lot of times it's a rental.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mark, for the work that you do on that. It's as I stated before, Cheltenham has its financial challenges. We need to make sure we're at a minimum collecting all the revenue that is due to us based upon our current taxes. We certainly want everybody to be paying their fair share. And you've done a commendable job over your term of tracking this and collecting both past due taxes as well as getting businesses on the roll. I just want to ask you to please help us pass along all of your best practices, your recommendations to the new finance officer that will be taking over next year, so that he can, get started right from the beginning and not have much of a lag time there.
Dan, I'm planning on a transition program, so it will be a seamless transition. And I'm not planning on going anywhere in January, February, obviously, not officially, but I will be around to assist him, whoever it may be, technically, fill that position. I will say this though, Dan, and I've been saying this: we've had success with the 511 taxes, but there's so much more out there that I can't. It's just so much out there of people who are running under the radar, and we're always getting more, but there's more out there.
All right. Well, thank you for what you're doing and for what you continue to do.
And it's been my pleasure.
Any other comments or questions for our finance officer? Then I'll move to accept his report. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Information technology, Mr. Rubin, good evening.
Good evening, Commissioner. How are you?
Okay, what would you like to convey to us?
Obviously, any questions on the report? The only other thing to mention, I found out recently that OpenGov has invited Cheltenham Township, one, to be a part of their Vanguard program, basically helping design some of the new features towards the software and helping them build their roadmap. So that's pretty exciting for us. And two, they're looking to do a story to highlight the successes and the wins of all the software that we've implemented. So just a couple of nice things there. And also to note, being able to help other municipalities and working cooperatively with them, Altoona has actually purchased the entire ERP of OpenGov. So they are another municipality in the state, just adding to all of the folks that are getting on board with having an integrated ERP, merging your budgeting, your financing, your permitting all into one software. So.
Sounds good, thank you. Commissioner Rappaport, you have a question?
Yeah, thanks. So I think some of that success with most of that success part goes to you, Mr. Rubin. So thank you for that. I guess my question is their recognition of Cheltenham and invitations to participate and things like that. Beyond the honor and the input that it allows us, do we get any kind of breaks on our, on our annual expenses?
It's a great question. We're currently in the process of budgeting out tax software, and I don't want to, give any specifics until it's all looked at. But they gave very quickly a 33% discount, which is not an easy discount for them to just give away, since everything is public knowledge, everything is subject to right to know. But us helping OpenGov allows us, when we need to go and renew our next 5-year contract, it gives us to hopefully get some pretty significant discounting, which will obviously help the taxpayers.
And our success does translate into better marketing for them. So yes. Thank you for trying to negotiate the best we can do. Thank you.
Excellent point, Commissioner Rappaport. I was going to follow up on the same issue. Referral fees and such are not unheard of in lots of industries.
No, and well, just to note, they're coming out with a lot of new technology. They currently announced a complete government AI builder that they're trying to launch. So I think there's a lot of opportunities to get their software at a very decreased rate, helping them build that. But it gives us some of the latest technology, so it allows us to really advance our technology for the township at hopefully a low to no cost to us, and help our negotiations with them. So having them as our long-term partner, being that we've invested so much into them, we want to make sure that we're able to try and financially meet the goals and help them help us. So
yeah, again, thank you. As Commissioner Rappaport stated, Mr. Rubin, we fully recognize that the success that we're having with OpenGov is very much due to your efforts.
And I appreciate that. I love to take all the credit, but I really can't. Between finance and Janice and her team, Scott and Henry and their team, working with Public Works now with asset management, it really is a team effort across the board. To get all this stuff working, and not just to get it live, but then to continue to be able to improve upon it and learn the lessons from it of how we can improve and make things better for our staff and for our residents. So, but thank you very much.
All right. Well, Janice and Henry, thank you both also. Any other questions or comments for information technology for Mr. Rubin? Not seeing any, I will move for acceptance of that report. All those in favor say aye.
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 Grants, July 2025 grants.
I can jump in for that if you.
Yes, thank you.
You'll find attached the grant report. It's kind of at a quiet point in the summer, which is nice. But we've been moving forward with closeouts. Sam has been doing a number of closeouts on the stormwater projects. We've been working on closing out a couple parks, park grants. One of them, which was for the new signage that went up at our park facilities. And there is a pretty large grant that we are looking to apply for. I believe the deadline is in September, which is for an extension of the Tookanee Creek Trail. We're looking at the extension along the Tookanee Creek Parkway between Central Avenue and the new Melrose Country Club development. So that'll make a nice, pretty long trail connection throughout that side of the township. So we've had some pre-meetings with the funding agencies and have some good support for that going forward. We are just kind of keeping track of some of the grants as some of them start opening this fall. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Thank you, Manager Elliott. Any questions or comments regarding grants or the report? I'll move for acceptance of that report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 2, any old business for the Finance Committee? Not seeing old business. Any new business for the Finance Committee? Yes, Commissioner Jericho.
Sure, I have 2 things. Earlier this week, I had a very positive meeting with Township Manager Elliott, and we had discussed the LERTA program that we, I think, explored back in 2021 without significant success, or any success, I guess, kind of getting it through the system. And it would be my suggestion that we continued, or that we maybe explore that again and see if we might be able to find success with our partners in the county and the school district to be able to offer incentives to property owners, commercial property owners who upgrade their buildings. I think that's a problem that we're facing quite a bit here in the township. I think it could have long-ranging impacts on our downtowns and our business quarters, and would think that we might want to explore that perhaps moving forward. And then Commissioner Arman, did you want to?
Yeah, just to follow up on that, Commissioner Jericho, you and I have spoken about downtown and upgrading facilities, and I know that also the name of the organization escapes me right now. The Cheltenham Community Development Corporation, and I have had several conversations about trying to also find funding for that type of project, and I think they have made some progress, and I think and we're going to continue to liaise on that as well for that specific purpose, for upgrading buildings in our downtown to make them hopefully improved in a way that tenants want to come in there and can come in there. So
sure. I mean, I think I think grants and finding money is helpful, but to the extent that improving someone's property then can cause an immediate increase in taxes. I think that maybe we explore the LERTA program in order to delay for, I think, maybe 10 years or so that increase in additional taxes due to a higher assessment. I don't think we can put all of our faith in nothing against the CDC. I think they're doing great work, and I'm very proud and grateful to be, I've spoken with them, but I think we need to take a more kind of focused approach and find many ways to address our economic development woes. And I do think that tax breaks or incentives like this can have some impact. So I still would like to the board to consider exploring it again.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting that they're mutually exclusive.
Oh,
And
okay. I misunderstood.
I'm not weighing in on the LERTA at this point.
Oh, okay.
In one way or the other. I was just suggesting that there are other additional options that
Sure.
are also being explored on that front. So
Sure. So I would really think that we should do that if we can. The other finance issue, actually, like I said, there were two things that I wanted to bring up. And the other one has to do with our firefighters. It was brought to my attention over I guess over the summer after speaking with a number of firefighters, and I thought this might make for an opportunity for us to continue to show our gratitude to our firefighters. I was actually surprised to learn that we don't even offer either free or reduced membership for the families of firefighters to our pools. I thought perhaps that is one way for us to show some sort of level of gratitude for those who risk their lives for our township, to at least have them their ability to get a perhaps free pool membership for their family. So that is one thing I was thinking of. Also, I'm wondering whether or not there are opportunities to offer them reduced costs when it comes to permits or fees that might be incurred when they are applying, whether it be permits for construction on their home or for work on their home or of the sort. I was just trying to think of ways this summer, especially after attending the Lamont Community Day, that we might be able to continue to show our appreciation to these men and women who donate so much to our community. So those are two ideas I had. I think I'm open to others, of course, but if there, and perhaps Parks and Rec have some other ideas, but those were just two things that I thought maybe we could explore. Maybe it won't cost us too much, but the goodwill will extend and be appreciated.
Commissioner Rappaport, did you have a comment?
Not directly on that, but because Commissioner Turco mentioned the firefighters and we're in the Finance Committee, I'll be raising it at the budget meetings. I'll be raising the question of whether we should explore a fire fee. This came up, I think, a couple of times already while we were talking about things like that came up in the comprehensive planning. And I think I mentioned it to a couple of you all, maybe in another type of session that we were having in the budget. So, yeah, I don't know if we've had a chance to do any exploration, but I think that could be positive.
Commissioner, I can
That
jump
would
in
be-
and just say, I have our solicitor taking a look at that. So
Good,
we'll be
thank you.
prepared.
Yeah, I know that's been brought up before. We can certainly be exploring that. The need for revenue is great, but I'll also add to tie into that. In the last budget from a year ago, we substantially increased our contributions to our firefighters. And it was significant dollars. And I do appreciate, we all appreciate what they do. And we'll certainly consider and discuss any other ways that we might assist recruiting volunteers and keeping them a strong part of the community. Any other comments regarding that? Any other new business items for the Finance Committee? Nope, not seeing any. Citizens Forum discussion for the Finance Committee? Any citizens would like to make comments regarding finance? Last chance, not seeing any. Everybody okay with an early adjournment tonight?
No.
No, there you go. We're going to overrule that one objection, and I'll move for adjournment of the Finance Committee and thank all those in attendance for attending and keeping us strong. So thank you.